Hi, welcome to this week's video. Really great to have you this week. What an extraordinary week in our time and in our collective history together. So much is being asked of us during this particular time, and all of these things that are changing how we live our day-to-day lives and having us really shift focus on what we can do as a community to stay healthy, to protect ourselves and each other, and also to learn new ways to work as an individual, as a family unit, and try to make the most of these historic times. So we have an extraordinary opportunity, in my opinion, to be incredibly reflective, insightful, helpful, and dutiful in terms of how we conduct ourselves. So I really thought long and hard, prayed quite a bit about what I wanted to present to you in this video. Just does not seem right at the moment to talk about the things that I normally do. And it made sense to really target this video to where we all are right now. So what I wanted to focus on, since we are all in the same boat and everybody pretty much is being asked to function out of their homes as much as they possibly can. So I have come up with my top 10 things that we can all do at home, independently or together, to get through this phase and to hopefully teach us a little bit more about ourselves and our relations to one another and how we prioritize our family and the things that we do. And in fact, I think the things that we start to implement now can really shape and change the way we operate as an individual and as a family later on. If we make great decisions and wise decisions, I think we're going to do things that will truly benefit us in the long run. Think about how we responded to the question when someone asked, "How are you doing?" And I know I fell victim of this. My general response was always, "Real busy but good." Busy but good. And think about that. How are you? Well, busy isn't really a state of how you are as a human, it's a state of how you're being. And I really think that now we are hitting the pause and the reset button in terms of this busyness that we created for ourselves. So here we go, my top 10 things that we can all do at home. The first thing that I'm going to put, obviously, is reading. It's something that a lot of you have been talking about, things that you're doing already. Diving into books. We all have these TV shows and networks and programs and apps and all of that. But binge watching has been something that we've been doing for a really long time now, but not so much binge reading. And I think this is a prime opportunity to dive into some literature that really speaks to you. Things that you've been wanting to read that maybe you've put off because you've been busy but good. Things that could maybe help through this situation, faith-based books, inspirational books, or if you want a little escapism, diving into some fiction. Whatever it is, I think this is a prime opportunity to get reading back into your life, whether it's reading a hardcover, paperback, ebook, audiobook, and encourage the same in our children as well. I think our children have gotten so far removed from reading. The only time they do it is when they're forced to in class reading required, and they've really gotten away from joyful reading. What is it that our kids enjoy? And maybe we can find that in book form so they can get back to that basic and cultivate that desire and that passion to read. The second thing on my list is gardening. I'm shooting outside. A lot of us are outside these days in our homes because we're tired of being in the home. We want to be on our property and around, and maybe things that we took for granted, we now have the time to cultivate. You've seen in a lot of my previous videos, gardening and flower arranging. I'll provide links to all of these for you. But this is something that gives me great joy. Digging in the dirt, being connected to nature, connected to beauty, being a creator of that beauty is very important and a joyful experience for me. And so if you haven't had the time, or maybe not necessarily the interest, might be a great time, if you can, to go to your local garden store, get some flowers, get some dirt, even if it's just a little pot or a section where you plant some of this color. For me personally, I can't tell you how stimulating and soothing it is to just look outside and to see my flowers and to realize it's a part of what I did and my effort, but also to see God's contribution to that, the sun, the rain, and how it makes all of that bloom and flourish. So gardening is definitely up on my list. The next one is playing games together. We have an entire storage area filled with board games, games that the kids played with when they were younger. And it's just collecting dust because the kids are busy and everybody's busy these days. So we're starting to pull out some board games and really get back to those fun experiences that connected us with our children when they were younger. In our house, Rummy Cube is king. We love it. The competition is fierce. I think I'm on top at the moment. But find your game. I mean, it could be cards, it could be charades, it could be anything, but it's just amazing how it brings everybody in the home back together. What a fun competition it can be. You can bet on your games. We don't have sports to bet on, so you can bet who's going to be the winner of Rummy Cube. I don't know. But board games and just playing games in general as a couple or as a family is a really joyful way to pass the time. Number 4 on my list is making new meals at home. We are all spending more time at home cooking. Restaurants are closing. We cannot go out and socially gather anymore. So as we are making our way to our grocery stores and stocking up on food for our family, this is a great opportunity to maybe dive into some cookbooks that have also been collecting dust, turn some pages, find new recipes that you can make together as a family or make on your own and present and provide to your family. I know on my end, cooking is not something that I've been able to really cultivate or develop because of my work hours. I work in the afternoon and the evening, so there's simply no time for me to get home, prepare a meal, and then get it done in time to get back to work. But for a lot of us, our schedules are shifting and we're working out of the house, and we can now shift how and when we work. So if this opens up a door and an avenue for you to maybe try some new things, who knows, you may be able to, in this unusual time, come up with some great new recipes and things that provide a sense of connection and a new recipe that the family has as a tradition and that the kids may pass along. You never know. Number 5, and this one I love doing, and that is making photo albums or books. You know, once upon a time when I grew up, you would take pictures, you'd drop off the spool of film, you'd wait a couple of days or a week, you'd get your prints back and the negatives, and you would start making photo albums. And you know, we all have those stashed in the back. These days, nobody does that anymore, but photo books are a wonderful way to really document our trips together, our special moments, and our place in time. And we've done numerous photo books through Apple on our Mac computers, and there are so many different software programs and websites and all different avenues available to you to make photo albums. So what a great time to go through all of your photos, to really start organizing, creating albums, creating groupings, and then doing photo books of special trips and memories. And you can do compilations of the images, and you can also write historical references or where you were that day and what it means and a little history. So it becomes a wonderful photo essay, and that's why I love photo books so very much. I think there's a great opportunity to be able to do that. Next up is art and creative projects. I think all of us have been gifted with some type of artistic expression, whatever that may be. Some of us are painters and drawers. Others like photography or gardening. Whatever it is, I think this is a great time for artistic expression. And even though we can't necessarily get out in groups and do this, there are so many ways that we can do this in our home and around our home. Also, I think photography is such a great storyteller in terms of history, the power of the image. And I know on my end, I will be out and about taking pictures of the changes in my community, what I'm seeing, and we can document history. And I know that's something that I'm going to be doing. I think that this is an extraordinary time in our lives, but I think it's a great opportunity to find ways to document that, express it, use art, use whatever creativity you have as an outlet as well. You know, these are very cathartic means of handling and dealing with the situation. And And the next thing on my list really parlays into that, and that is journaling during this time. I think it's very healthy and important to get thoughts and ideas down on paper. And again, this can be your historical take on what's transpiring. It can be your opportunity to just release and let go of feelings, sadness, anger, frustration, coping. The power of the written word is profound, in my opinion. It offers a chance to cleanse and to purge and not hold things inside of ourselves. So I do see this as a great opportunity to start a journal and to write down your thoughts as you're experiencing them during these extraordinary times. Next on my list, clean out. Clean out. It's an opportunity to tackle drawers and attics and cabinets and closets and anything that has clutter. Get it clean. I have focused numerous videos on cleaning out all of these spaces. I will provide links to all of them if you feel inspired during this time to be busy and productive and get in there and get rid of the junk and pare it down and simplify. I will tell you out of experience, there is no greater joy than having organization, than having exactly what you need, where you need, and knowing that you have gotten rid of what is waste. So get organized and enjoy the beauty that is cleanliness and organization. We're winding down here. This one I feel is very important, especially in light of the fact that a lot of businesses are closing down and people are losing jobs. And that is to work on a family budget together. It is critical to sit down and to assess what is coming in compared to what is going out and where we can make changes. Everybody is experiencing hardship and loss. Everybody is having to scale back and to really pare things down. And so there are ways and avenues to do that. It needs to happen, in my opinion, as a team. Also, without instilling fear. Do bring your children involved so that they can feel responsible and take ownership of their part. For them to understand that consumerism is really being cut at the moment. We do want to support our local restaurants and our franchises as best that we can, but within the confines that we have, and doing so in a sensible way for our family. So I think this is a very open, honest, and transparent discussion. Budgeting is key, and things may be adjusting over the next couple of months as we deal with the situation. Last up, I think this is number 10, and that is being physical. If you can go for a walk or a bike ride in your community to get out to feel the air and the sun on your face, to me, there is tremendous healing property in that, in just touching the ground and looking at the birds and moving and getting air in our lungs and just breathing. If you are stuck, I'm happy to tell you that there are so many apps and websites and businesses, fitness clubs that are now providing online tutorials and workout sessions. So you could probably look up your favorite gym. They may be offering online classes. You can do quick 7 and 10-minute workouts in your house, high intensity of push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks. There are ways to take care of yourself physically and to be healthy while not having access to your gym. So I encourage us all to really look at that and to take care of ourselves during this time, and that there are many, many avenues. We just have to seek what is available. But that's my top 10 list of projects that we can all do either individually or as a family as we are at home and really having to limit our access to things and to each other. My feeling is maybe at the end of all of this, we will look at things that we possibly took for granted, things like handshakes and hugs, malls, museums, and movie theaters, and not really take them for granted anymore, but to realize the beauty and the value in the human touch and what all is available and accessible for us. This is an opportunity for a big paradigm shift, I think, in humanity, to really get back to basics and what matters. And so I want to be as helpful as I can in providing content that we can all use. I do feel that we're all in this together, and I think we all have something to contribute. So this is the part and the point in the video where I ask you for your contribution, for your voice, for you to express your situation and where you are, and how maybe I can provide content that caters to that and to your neighbor and to your friend and to your family. So please, at this point, if you have any other ideas in this realm of things that we can do at home, lay that out for the community, because I know they will greatly appreciate it. If you have ideas for direction and content and things that you may need, I got a very funny comment from a woman who said, okay, let's just start doing, some crazy makeup tutorials, because we're not going anywhere, and if it looks bad and we don't like it, well, we can just laugh at ourselves in the mirror. And you know what? Maybe you're going to want a makeup tutorial just to break the mindset from everything that we're having to deal with. So whatever it is, however it is, I am here and I am happy to oblige in any way. And just know that I am deeply thinking about you and caring about you and sending my love and my peace and energy your way, my prayers especially. I know we're all going to get through it. We always do. I pray to God every single day for that. And I always choose faith in the face of fear. Go out, be bold, and be blessed. I'll see you next Thursday at 1 o'clock.